Howdy, howdy. It's week 14 coming up. We haven't had a league manager note in about 6 weeks, but hey, let's save a good one for last. It's important to talk this week because playoffs are coming up, and it's really down to the wire who's going to make it. So let's talk about last week. First of all, Victorious kills our co-commish with another horrible loss. At least you broke 100 points this week, which is good. Can't say that for everyone. Bent my Wookie took out Watt this week, which is good for him. I know he needed that. Frittata over Espy. A rare week for you, Espy, where Adrian Peterson only scores 1 point. Anytime you're going to have Adrian Peterson score only 1 point, you're probably going to be fucked for the week. So, winning, hashtag winning. I don't like that word. I'm going to call you pound. Pound winning over last year's champs, the Snappers. And then finally, El Yo-Yo takes out Sarcastaballs by half a point. And I'm very happy about that because I had a ton of points I left on my bench. I was getting pissed off. I thought I was going to lose, but had a good performance Sunday night to win it out. So that was the last week's matchup, which created the monkey screw that we have this week, which includes all the teams in the East being 7-6, with the exception of Pound winning. Pound winning is not in the driver's seat, though. We'll talk about that. And then in the West, we have the three at the top, which are pretty closely grouped, and then the two at the bottom who have no chance to make the playoffs, that being our fearless co-commish and our last year's champion. So no repeat champion this year. We haven't had a repeat champion in this league yet, which is pretty good. Just so you guys know, first year was Ginny, then me, then last year we had Cherie. So we got to have a new champion this year, or a repeat one. I wouldn't mind that. Anyway, so what's the playoff picture? Bear with me while I pull up my notes because it is complicated. So in the West, we'll start there because it's a little easier. El Yo-Yo, my team, I have the tiebreaker over Sarcastaballs, but I don't have a tiebreaker over Victorious. Okay, we split the difference this season. So if both Victorious wins and El Yo-Yo loses, then Victorious has the 1 seed. So that's the way it is. So Ryan, you can leapfrog me and be the 1 seed. If Victorious loses and Sarcastaballs wins, then Sarcastaballs leapfrogs Victorious because Sarcastaballs has the tiebreak over Victorious. And if they both lose and Yo-Yo wins, then Victorious has the tiebreak over Sarcastaballs. So that's kind of how it works out. And if all 3 teams win, then it stays Victorious and El Yo-Yo. So that's kind of how that one's breaking out. Pretty simple. I think that means I'm assured a playoff spot. I don't know, but it doesn't say I have one, but I just don't understand the math how I could actually not make the playoffs, but that's okay. Now, in the East, no one has a secure playoff spot. As well, if you played this season, Pound winning is not assured a playoff spot. So here's how it works out. If Pound winning loses, Watt and Wookie own tiebreaks over her because they both beat you twice this season. If Espy scores like 200 points because you guys split the season, she could own the tiebreak over you, but this is assuming that you guys both win. Now, Frittata and Espy both own tiebreaks over Wookie. So if they win and Wookie loses, Alex, as many points as you've scored this year, you can get leapfrog because you haven't beaten those teams twice, or they've beaten you twice. Next, Frittata and Watt can both leapfrog over Irene Espy if they all win and they score a bunch of points because they don't really own the tiebreak over each other. Wookie owns a tiebreak over Watt. So if Watt wins and scores a lot of points, she can leapfrog anyone but Wookie. So actually, Watt's got a pretty good inside track to making the playoffs. If people lose, and if they all win, the only person she can't leapfrog is Wookie. I mean, she can even leapfrog you, hash or pound winning. So be careful. And then finally, so this is very complicated. There's a lot more scenarios, but these are kind of the general scenarios. Both Watt and Winning owed tie breaks over Frittata. So, Frittata, you can make the playoffs and get your second championship, but you need to win and have Watt lose. That's like the key. And that's the only chance you have to make the playoffs. Because if you win, let's say Pound Winning loses and Watt wins, then those two hold tie breaks over you and you're out of luck. So that's kind of the playoff scenario. So everyone really has a chance, except for the two that I mentioned before. So should be a good week. Let's all follow. Let's talk some trash via text message or whatever to enjoy this. And, this could only be 3 more weeks or 4 more weeks of Charger football in San Diego. So let's go out on top. And, yeah, that's it.